You don't just want a car, you want a sanctuary. Introducing the all-new Atheris sedan, with whisper quiet cabin and an interior designed around you. It's not just about getting to your destination, it's about arriving inspired. Atheris, move beautifully.
You don't just want a car, you want a sanctuary. Introducing the all-new Atheris sedan. Never start a crochet project with a hook this thin, because if you do, you're going to end up frustrated within the first 10 minutes and throw the whole thing in a drawer. That's the mistake almost every beginner makes when they hear the words thread crochet, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid it. If you've ever looked at those tiny, delicate crochet pieces online, the little snowflakes, the lace doilies, the tiny flowers that look like they belong in a museum, and thought, there's no way I could ever make that, I need you to stick around because I'm about to prove you wrong. Thread crochet has this reputation for being some advanced, almost impossible skill that only grandmothers who've been crocheting for 50 years can do. That reputation is completely wrong, and by the end of this video, you're going to understand why, and you're going to have a list of projects you can actually start today, even if you've never touched a crochet thread in your life. So let's talk about what thread crochet actually is, because I think a lot of the fear around it comes from just not understanding what you're getting into. Thread crochet uses, well, thread instead of yarn. That thread is thinner, and because it's thinner, you use a smaller hook, usually a steel hook instead of the regular aluminum or plastic ones you might already have. That's really the main difference. The stitches themselves, single crochet, double crochet, chain stitch, all of that stays exactly the same. You're not learning a new skill, you're just working smaller. With whisper quiet cabin technology and an interior designed around you. It's not just about getting to your destination, it's about arriving inspired. Atheris, move beautifully. You want a car, you want a sanctuary. Introducing the all-new Atheris sedan. Never start a crochet project with a hook this thin, because if you do, you're going to end up frustrated within the first 10 minutes and throw the whole thing in a drawer. That's the mistake almost every beginner makes when they Here's the problem though, and this is the challenge I want to address head-on. When people switch from yarn to thread, they expect it to feel the same, and it doesn't. The hook is smaller, so it feels different in your hand. The thread is thinner, so your stitches feel tighter and harder to see. Your tension changes because you're not used to how much less give thread has compared to yarn. And because the projects are small and detailed, people expect them to be quick, and when they're not quick, they get discouraged and think they're doing something wrong. None of that means you're bad at this. It just means your brain and your hands need a little time to adjust to a new size, the same way you'd need time if you switched from writing with a fat marker to writing with a fine tip pen. So how do you get past that adjustment period without giving up? This is where I want to walk you through some projects that are actually built for beginners, projects that let you practice the skill without punishing you for being new at it. The first project I always recommend is a simple thread bookmark. This is honestly the perfect starting point, and I wish someone had told me to start here when I first tried thread crochet years ago. A bookmark is small, so even if it takes you a while because you're still getting used to the thinner thread, you're not looking at hours and hours of work like you would with a doily. You basically just chain a length that matches the size you want, then work rows of double crochet. Or you can do a simple lace pattern with chains and single crochets to give it a bit of an open, airy look. The beauty of a bookmark is that it doesn't need to be perfect. Even a beginner's slightly wobbly stitches look charming on a bookmark because the whole thing is small and simple by nature. You can finish one in an evening and you get that reward of seeing a complete project, which honestly matters a lot when you're building confidence with something new. The second project, and this one surprises people, is a small coaster. I know coasters usually come to mind in yarn form, thick and chunky, sitting under your coffee cup, But a thread coaster is a completely different thing, and it's a fantastic way to practice working in the round with thread instead of in straight rows like the bookmark. You start with a magic ring or a small chain joined into a circle, and then you build outward in rounds, usually double crochet or half double crochet, increasing stitches as you go so the circle lies flat instead of curling up like a bowl. Working in the round with thread teaches you something really important, which is how to keep your tension even when you're turning and shifting the piece constantly. It's a skill that transfers directly into bigger projects like doilies later on. And a coaster is functional. You can actually use it, put a drink on it, give it as a gift, and it doesn't scream beginner project the way some starter crafts do. Once you've got a bookmark and a coaster under your belt, I want you to try a small motif, specifically a granny square made in thread instead of yarn. Now, you might already know how to make a granny square in regular yarn, and that's actually perfect because this project isn't about learning a new pattern. It's about taking a pattern your hands already know and shrinking it down. This is one of the best confidence builders in thread crochet because there's no new information to learn, just a new scale to get used to. You'll notice immediately how much slower it feels compared to yarn, and that's completely normal. Thread has more stitches packed into a smaller space, so a square that might take you 5 minutes in yarn could take 20 or 30 minutes in thread. That's not a sign you're doing something wrong. That's just the nature of the craft. Small stitches mean more of them, and more of them means more time, but also means more detail and a more delicate, elegant look once it's done.
You don't just want a car. You want a sanctuary. Introducing the all-new Aethera sedan with Whisper Quiet Cabin. Now here's where we start building towards something a little more exciting, because I don't want you to think thread crochet only means bookmarks and coasters forever. Once those 3 projects feel comfortable, and I mean actually comfortable, not perfect, just comfortable, you're ready for a simple thread flower. This is the moment a lot of people fall in love with thread crochet, because flowers are where you really start to see. I want to be honest with you about something here, because I think a lot of tutorials skip this part. Your first doily is not going to look like the ones you see online from crocheters who've been doing this for years. It might have a slightly wonky edge, your tension might be a little tighter in some spots and looser in others. That is completely fine, and it does not mean thread crochet isn't for you. Every single person who makes beautiful, even, lacy doilies today made a wonky one first. The difference between them and someone who gives up is simply that they kept going through a few more small pieces before expecting perfection. So let's bring this all together, because I want you to walk away from this video with a clear path forward instead of just a pile of information. Thread crochet isn't a different skill from regular crochet. It's the same stitches, just worked smaller with thinner thread and a smaller hook. The challenge people run into is expecting it to feel and move at the same pace as yarn crochet, and getting discouraged when it doesn't. The fix for that isn't some secret technique. It's simply starting small. A bookmark to get used to the thread itself, a coaster to practice working in the round, a familiar granny square shrunk down to build confidence with a pattern you already know, a flower to introduce that delicate, lacy look in an easy way, and finally, a small doily that pulls all of those skills together into the kind of project that made you want to try thread crochet in the first place. If you take just one thing from this video, let it be this. Don't judge your first thread piece against someone else's 10th. Every wobbly stitch you make now is what teaches your hands the tension they need for the smooth, even ones later. Give yourself those first few small projects without expecting perfection, and thread crochet will stop feeling impossible and start feeling like just another size of something you already know how to do. If this helped you feel less scared of picking up a crochet thread for the first time, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one where I walk you through your first doily step by step, possible, and start feeling like just another size of something you already know how to do. If this helped you feel less scared of picking up a thread crochet for the first time, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one where I walk you through your first doily step by step.